My job, of course, is to make films about the natural world, and as to why people should be interested in the natural world and the beauties of the natural world and the wonders of the natural world. That's my job. But if you are concerned about those things, you have to take notice. What can I do? What can I, as an individual, do? Particularly when I see a threat coming over on the horizon that's going to really threaten the world I love and the world of which I'm a part, and eventually will threaten me. What can I do? It's very important that there should be some things that you can do in the same way as you can vote for a government. Yes, I have a vote. Yes, I can stop using plastic. You can do these things. But in the end, what we're dealing with is a global issue. And so you have to look at where the levers are, the global levers are that will have global effects. And of course, those are political and international. And so we have to work through those. Now, I am under no illusion about how difficult this is. I mean, if you look back at human history is about argument. Human history is about disagreement. Human history is about war. Human history is not overwhelmingly about, all right, let's all be bands of brothers. It is not. And so human beings have got to learn a new way in which they can live together and stop arguing. And that's it. Unless we do that, we're sunk. Seeing a sense is one thing, doing something about it is another. And that's even more difficult, I think. But the sheer democratic force of young people around the world at the moment is forcing middle-aged and aged politicians to take action. And in democratic countries, there is an overwhelming demand by particularly younger people that something must be done. The problem is a moral one. What right do you have to destroy the world and all the creatures that live in it, and also the well-being of your fellow neighbours? If you care about the future of the natural world, you have to care about the preservation and conservation and protection of the communities, biological communities of animals and plants. And it depends fundamentally on whole communities of living organisms, from microorganisms all the way through plants and all the way through animals. And that if you damage one part of it, you can never tell where the consequences are going to end. And that therefore the sensible attitude to conservation is to conserve animal and plant communities. And that means land. And the World Land Trust recognized that a long time before others did. And as a consequence decided that that was the first objective, followed swiftly by the second recognition that if you were going to put land aside, there was very little land on this planet which human beings, there wasn't a community of human beings they thought belonged to it. And that therefore what the rest of the world should do was to facilitate local people owning their land and having responsibility for their land, which they understood. That was the aim of the World Land Trust, and it was a pioneering aim. Perhaps now it doesn't sound so novel. At the time it was. And the success of the World Land Trust in bringing that about has been phenomenal. The World Land Trust retained its focused aim, which means that it gets it done. It isn't deflected into other things which have their own arguments, but it isn't deflected. It's got that absolutely firmly in focus, and that's why I support the World